Hello, everybody, and welcome to What's Up with Austin. Thank you guys so much for tuning in tonight. We're going to have a lot of fun. Big welcome to the live stream family, everybody that's tuning in. Thank you guys so much. We got a stacked show for y'all tonight. Got two special guests, Hugo Colin and Austin Pugh. It's going to be a lot of fun. We're going to have a fantastic time. It's going to be great. So I'm excited and hope everybody is ready for a great time. So let's hop over here and check a few of these comments and see who we have tuning in. I'm going to try something new. This program has updated on me again. I'm going to try something new. Let's see what happens. Look at there. Comments are right there on the screen. All of them. That is so cool. I just want to see what happened. The comments will scroll apparently. So, all right, I'm going to take that off. I just want to see what would happen. So let's just see who we got tuning in. We got Cheryl. Hello. Thank you, Cheryl. I always say it wrong. I'm sorry. You already told me that at the fan retreat. I apologize, but it's one of them. I know. Thank you for tuning in. Penny, thank you so much for tuning in. I don't believe, to my knowledge, I don't think Penny has ever missed an episode of this show. So thank you so much. I appreciate that. Hope everybody is doing well. Let's see. We got Cindy. Thank you so much for tuning in. We have Sherry. Who else? We got Kathy here. Who else we got going on? Am I saying this right? Sweeta? Am I saying Sweeta? Is that right? Sweeta? That's awesome. All right, we got Kathy, Larry. Who else we got tuning in real quick? My lovely wife is watching. Hello, Jeannie. I think it's Jeannie there. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. I really appreciate that very much. Thank y'all so much for watching the show tonight. We're gonna have a great time. It's gonna be fun. Social media, ladies and gentlemen, as you see scrolling at the bottom of the screen, make sure you like, share, comment, whether you're watching on Facebook or wherever. Please like, share, and comment. If you're watching on YouTube, please subscribe to the YouTube channel. What's Up with Austin? We need all the subscribers that we can get. And for more information on what's happening with me and the show, you can visit austinirbyentertainment.com for more information. All that's going to be rolling at the bottom of the screen for the entire duration of the show. So make sure you guys keep an eye on that and follow me on social media, and these other two guys as well. Follow them also. Also want to mention this. We do appreciate, if it's not required, but if anybody wants to tip the show, we had a few people last week that tipped the show. Thank you guys so much. We appreciate it. Keeps the show going. So if you enjoyed the show tonight, you consider sending a tip. Right there it is on the screen, Cash App and Venmo. And throughout the show, we'll have that rolling at the bottom of the screen as well. I really appreciate everybody's support for helping me keep this show going. It really means a lot. So thank y'all so much, because this is a one-man show. I'm doing all this. I'm putting all this on the screen and everything. It's a lot of work. You guys, these two boys is on the show. They figured out that while ago. It's a lot of work. It's crazy, but I enjoy it because you guys have a good time, and that's what makes me feel good. So thank you guys so much again for tuning in and follow on social media and all that stuff. I really appreciate that. So I told you guys last week that I was going to kind of start changing the show a little bit from the concept that we've done in the past, kind of changing things up. Of course, still do the interviews, play some type of little game or something. But we're going to try to reincorporate some stuff that we've done in the past and some new things. So every show moving forward might be different a little bit somehow. Every single show. I don't think I want to keep the same pattern. I want to make it different every time. Somehow, some little thing might be a little different. It might not be much, but a little bit, to keep you guys coming back and continue watching this live web show. So a thing we used to do a while back was called the question of the day. We used to do that when we would do this show, and we stopped. So guess what? Today we're going to do
the question of the day.
That's right. We're going to do the question of the day. And I thought I had an image to pop that up here so you guys could see the question of the day, but I don't. I forgot to make one. So I'm sorry. So I'm going to read the question of the day, and I want all the viewers that are watching this to go ahead and start making your answers visible for me there in the comments so I can see them. And we're going to go through your answers in a little while with both of these guys, and we're going to get both of their answers for the question of the day. So the question of the day is, if you could jump in a time machine and see any concert from 1950s or 60s, now it don't have to necessarily be Elvis, it could be anything, who are you seeing and where? I'm going to repeat it one more time. If you could jump in a time machine and see any concert from the 1950s or 60s, who are you seeing and where? Start making those comments in the comment section now, because I want to see what those answers are going to be. I really appreciate that. You guys would do that. So thank y'all so much. So while you're doing that, let's talk about some upcoming events that I have going on. And here's the first one that we have going on right here. It's going to be happening in Honeypath, South Carolina at the Fiddle and Bow Music Hall right here in my hometown. It's going to be myself and my brother-in-law, Donnie Mosley, and we're going to be doing a tribute to the King and, of course, some country music. We're going to be doing some of that as well. So you're going to see a tribute to the King and more, and who knows, these guys called the Blues Brothers may show up. I don't know. You got to come to find out if you want to know. We've had so many people request. We want the Blues Brothers there. We want the Blues Brothers there. Well, hey, if you want to see if they're going to be there, you got to come to this show and find out. So come see us April 25th. That's not this Saturday, but the next, right here in the Honey Path for Relive the Magic, a tribute to the King and more. It's myself and Donnie Moses. Scrolling at the bottom of the screen are the box office hours, 7 a.m. to 9 p.m. You can call that number, 864-940-2254, to get your tickets, or you can Google the Fiddle and Bow Music Hall right here in Honey Pass, South Carolina, and my phone thought I was talking to it because it pulled up the Fiddle and Bow thanks to Gemini AI. It heard what I said. So anyway, just ask Google. Who knows? But pull up the Fiddle and Bow Music Hall, and you can get your tickets online as well. Through their website also, if you guys choose to do that. I would put the URL on the screen, but I'll tell you one thing. That's a big URL, and it'd probably be hard to memorize. But anyway, contact the Fiddle and Bow. We'd love to see you guys there in a couple of weeks. We're going to have fun. Talk about the next thing on the agenda. I know 2027 is a long time away, but hey, our all access passes are on sale now. And let me tell you guys something. They are going super, super fast. So I really appreciate everybody that pre-bought their all access passes for our attendees that was at the fan retreat this year. Really appreciate you guys for signing up early and getting that opportunity to get your passes. Cause I'll tell you what, since we put these passes on sale to the public, they are going really, really quick. But this is an event that we've been doing for, I think, next year is going to be 6 or 7 years. If my brain is right, we've been doing this for a long time. It's a lot of fun. I thoroughly enjoy it. And, it's called the Austin Irby Fan Retreat, and it's held at the Black Fox Lodge in Pigeon Forge, Tennessee, March 11th through the 14th. It is a great time, and I'm not saying that because it's my event. I'm not saying that because of that. I'm saying it because it's true. If you love an intimate event, this is a lot of fun. It's not all about the shows. We do a lot of great things. And you can go to austinirbyentertainment.com right now. And all our shows are already on there. Our schedule's already on there. And everything that's happening for 2027 is already on the website. So go get a look at that. And you might be like, hey, man, I want to see that show. So we need to buy a pass. So all access passes are on sale now, and they're going fast. We will offer single show tickets at a later date, but that'll be a little way later on down the road. But if you want all access, you want a superstar pass or a star pass, go to my website and check out what the difference is and the price difference and all that fun stuff. But who's going to be at the 2027 Austin Irby Fan Retreat? Well, of course, I have to be there. My name's associated with the event, so I have to be there. Also, my good friend Jeff Aaron, Alex Mitchell, Jacob Roman, Donnie Mosley, Michael Cullifer, Jordan Poole, Samantha Dawn, and we have one more spot there that it is filled. And most of you who have been to my fan retreat before, you know who that spot is for. I'm just waiting on a certain confirmation that I have to make sure, but that spot is already taken. But I can't put anything out until I have 100% confirmation. So come see us at Austin Irby Fan Retreat. It's a lot of fun, and we're going to have a fantastic time in 2027. I don't know how many of y'all follow YouTube stuff, but my wife and I, Cassidy, we have a YouTube channel called Couples Compass. We do a lot of cool things, vlogs, trying new foods, going to Universal, Disney, Carowinds, wherever you want to say. We go to amusement parks all over the U.S. and stuff like that, and we vlog everything that we do. So we do challenges. It's a lot of fun. We just put out a new video, I think at the beginning of the week, which is one that we haven't posted one in a year. And that was our first one back in a year. And man, I'll tell you what, we haven't posted a video in a year. And within just a few days, we've had way over hundreds of views, which is the most we've ever got on a video. So thank you so much, because this is a whole new YouTube channel. So go subscribe to Couples Compass. When you go on YouTube, type in Couples Compass and type in my name and Cassidy's name. It should pull up the channel. And subscribe to our channel, because we're gonna start posting a lot of videos on this channel. And we should have another one posted hopefully next week. And we're gonna try to keep them coming as much as we can, hopefully once a month or one every other week. Just depends on what my schedule is doing and everything like that. So come and subscribe to the Couples Compass YouTube channel. We'd really appreciate that. Also, I don't know if you guys are interested in booking me for anything, but you got two options here. You can book me as Elvis or as myself for concert shows, festivals, private or corporate events, or whatever you guys would like to do. Or you can also book me as myself for your church service, your worship night, youth events, gospel concerts, whatever. I do Southern gospel and, of course, Elvis gospel as well. I also have a gospel group called Ever Presence. So if you'd love to book me for anything, I'm going to take this banner off so you guys can see the rest of that. You can call that magic number 864-934-1228 or email me at austinirvyentertainment@gmail.com. All right. So I appreciate everybody that I've had several people that's reached out about booking me for some churches and stuff like that. So thank you. I love doing Elvis and all that stuff, but man, I was raised on gospel music, and being able to sing in a church and praise the good Lord above for what all he's done for me and the talent he's given me and awards that I've won. And it's all because of him. It's not because of me. And anytime I can give back to him and give him the glory, I give that opportunity any day, anytime. I really would. So thank y'all so much for folks that have reached out. I want to talk about a couple other things, and then we're going to get our first guest on. And my wife told me last episode that I talked too much and I needed to make it quicker. So like I said, I've learned to say yes, ma'am, a lot more. Go check out that YouTube video and you'll see what I'm talking about. But anyway, I'll try to make this short, simple, and sweet. I can't wait to be at Clambake. That is around the corner. That is one thing I wanted to talk about. David Lee's Clambake Getaway Weekend. It's a lot of fun. There's a lot of great entertainers that's going to be there. It's Mother's Day weekend. So if you don't have your tickets or anything for that, and there's any left, go get them. Go to David Lee's website and get those. We'd love to see y'all. I'd love to see you there. So it's going to be a lot of fun. I'm not going to give too much insight on this because it's not fully, I guess you say 100% done. I'm just going to tell y'all to keep an eye out. I don't know how many of y'all have been to mine and Donnie Mosley's festivals over the past 4 years, if my brain is right. But Donnie and I have a company called Carolinas Tribute Festivals, and we produce festivals in the Carolinas for the past 3 years, if my brain is right. We've been up in North Carolina. Our first festival was in Wilkesboro, and our second one was in West Jefferson, North Carolina. And then last year we was in Hickory, North Carolina. And I just want to throw it out there. Keep an eye out, because there is a festival coming. It is coming, and it's coming this year. So keep an eye out, and we're hoping we can have everything released to you guys out to the public here next week. And guess what? It's not going to be in North Carolina. It's going to be in South Carolina. Let's just put it that way. So keep an eye out for that. Donnie and I are excited for what we got cooking up, and we want you guys to just keep an eye out on my Facebook page, his, and go follow Carolina's Tribute Festivals. That's our Facebook page for our company. So go follow that as well, and we'll be releasing stuff here within the week, next week. Okay, so keep an eye out for that. It's going to be fun. All right, enough of me blabbering, enough of me talking. I think we had some people, they're making comments. I just want to see this real quick. They're making comments about the question of the day. So that is great. We're going to get to those. We're going to get to those a little later, but I don't want to get to those till we get these guys going. And I want them to see your answers as well. So ladies and gentlemen, our first guest is a very good friend of mine. I guess you could say we're double trouble because we both had the same first name. And that's bad. I don't know if we should have put that on this show. That's bad. That's double trouble. But this guy, him and I don't know how long we've known each other. Maybe he will know more than me. He's a great guy. He is an Elvis tribute artist. He was also, he's retired military as well. So we really appreciate him for his service. And we're going to talk about a whole bunch of things with him. And man, he's not only a great Elvis, he's just a great singer, a great person. He's just all around great. And that's the only way to put it. And so without further ado, let's get him on the screen right now, the one and only Austin Pugh. What's happening, dude?
Hey, what's going on? Thanks for having me on here, Austin. I'm excited, man.
Absolutely, man. Absolutely. We're gonna have some fun. Now, listen, we were all to all the viewers, we were goofing earlier, Austin and Hugo and I, and we were talking about some stuff, and we were talking about day jobs and stuff like that. Me and Austin was talking about when he used to have a day job and stuff like that. And he asked me, he was like, dude, if how about you? Whatever. And I'm like, I don't even know what a day job is. I don't even, if I had a day job, I wouldn't even know what to do probably. I probably couldn't even flip burgers at Burger King.
Yeah.
I'd probably have to sing while I was doing it.
I mean, probably a day job. Yours is probably a nonstop job, you know. But
I don't know about all that, man. Sometimes it can be slow. Oh my Lord. So, dude, before we get into these questions, man, what's been going on with you? I know you've been busy. Tell everybody what's been going on and how life has been.
Yeah, I mean, it's been crazy. So I've been doing Elvis since Smoky Mountain Elvis Festival 3 years ago. So this year was my third year doing the Smoky Mountain Elvis Festival. So I'm in my third year rotation, which is exciting. But I wasn't a lifetime Elvis fan. You know, I didn't know much about him. I grew up on gospel and Christian music, so all we had was Christian music in our household. My dad was a choir director in church and stuff, so I only listened to Christian music. So, and then, you know, once I got out of high school, I ended up joining the military for a few years and stuff. So I found Elvis after my military career. And so it's just been a lot trying to learn all of his songs. He has so many songs and different eras, you know, 50s, 60s, and 70s. So you got to find your area. And it's been challenging, but I'm enjoying the journey and the adventure of it so far. It's just been great. So
that's cool, man. That's cool. So, so what I think you just touched on it a little bit, but I kind of want to get more into that. But what kind of inspired you to become an Elvis tribute artist? What inspired you? And was there like a specific moment that sparked that passion? Like what made you just be like, hey man, you know what? I think I'm gonna do Elvis. I'm gonna pay tribute to Elvis. What was it for you?
It's actually a funny story. It's a true story, though, I promise. But my daughter was in a beauty pageant in our local community. It was just a small little beauty pageant. I think she was 3, almost 4 years old, you know. And she ended up winning that small beauty pageant. And when you win the beauty pageant, you have to be in the neighborhood float parade for the next week. It's the following week after the beauty pageant. So we was like, oh, we got to come up with a float, and you know, she's going to be in the parade. Well, the theme of the parade was Tennessee Icon. So my wife's like, why don't you just be Elvis and I'll be Dolly Parton? So my wife, you know, she did the whole giddy up. I wish I had a picture to show you because it was hilarious. I bought a cheap little, you know, $200 jumpsuit or something like that. Had the glasses on and everything. So this was my first experience with Elvis. And she's like, you know, we can just turn on a couple of songs and you can lip sync to it. And I was like, well, I've been singing my whole life. I'm going to do Elvis, you know, I might as well get into it a little bit. And I'll sing, you know, I'll just sing a few songs. So I learned like Blue Suede Shoes, and that might have been it. I just kind of rotated it because, you know, that it's moving. So they're not going to hear the same songs. So.
Yeah.
But we have a lot of Amish in our community. And the funny thing was they were just standing there holding their little candy bags and they were looking up at our float just like, you know. Here comes Dolly Parton, like fully dressed up, and then Elvis in this big jumpsuit. And that's what captivated me, was the reaction, because I'd sang in church my whole life, and you get a good pat on the back at the end. You're like, hey, that was really good. You're very talented. But when you do Elvis, they're just like, you know, that was amazing. Thanks for bringing back those memories. And you guys looked amazing. So that's why I decided to do Elvis. I was addicted to that response, I guess.
Yeah. That's awesome, dude. That's so cool. So for you, what are some of the technical aspects of your performance, like the costumes, the music, the stage setup? How, because I know how it is for me, but my question is how important are those details to you? Because I know how it is to me, but how is it to you?
Are you talking about at the festivals or just at a home thing? Or?
Just a general show, just you doing a show.
I like to have a little bit of lighting to make it feel a little more realistic. So just like some, not really strobes, but lights that change colors for the, they just kind of reflect off the jumpsuit and make it look more realistic. So I think it's a little better for the audience if they can have kind of a light show going on. A stage is always important to me. I don't know if it is to you, but I just like to be up just a little bit.
Yeah.
I guess it makes you feel a little more insignificant when you're ground level and looking people in the eyes. It's a little more transparent that way. But so I guess stage lighting, and then just trying to be as authentic to Elvis as I can. That's really important to me. Is just I study him. I watch his movies, and I see how he moves and walks and talks. And I think as a tribute artist, it's really important to stay as close and as true to Elvis as you can. But I like the jewelry. Elvis always had jewelry on. I think that's important to definitely wear the jewelry. But interacting with the audience, singing "Love Me Tender" and walking around with a handheld mic, that just really makes it feel like more personal for them. And they really, I notice they get attached when you do that. So
Yeah,
those are the big key features.
For sure, man, for sure. And I don't know how many. I mean, there's some people that realize, especially a lot of the fans that come to a lot of these festivals or competitions that we're in and stuff like that. But we go through a lot of makeup, people. We go through a lot. Now I'm gonna. This is off the cuff because I didn't have this written down, but I just wanted to throw this at you. Here's my question to you from me. Did you ever think in a million years that you'd walk on a stage and wear full blown makeup and sing? I mean, did you ever think about wearing makeup? Period. I mean, just think about it. It's crazy, right?
Absolutely not. And when I started, I told myself, I was like, I'm not gonna be one of those guys that wear makeup, But my mom actually made a comment because my sisters, I have three sisters and no brothers, and growing up, they were always in beauty pageants. So my mom's like, "Oh, I love fixing them up," and she's like, "It's funny how the tables have turned. Now I'm putting makeup on my son." Pretty funny.
Oh my Lord. I will never forget funny story about me. I'll never forget the first time, and it was, I mean, it's been a long time, about probably, geez, I can't even remember how long I've been doing this, but let's just say many years ago. I was sitting in a backstage in a dressing room at a theater, and when I first started, I didn't really wear makeup to begin with until guys was like, "Hey man, this is the tricks, here's the trades." And man, I went through so many different makeup brands and stuff, just trying, people teaching me. And we were sitting back there. My mom used to do all of my makeup, and then as I got older, I started learning how to do it all. And my dad, he used to travel with us a lot, but he would be like the stagehand. He wouldn't come back there where I was and all like that. Very often he would. And one day he
Yeah.
walked back there, and you know how you do all that contour, the contour stuff.
Yeah.
And my dad walked in and he just froze and his eyes got big. He goes, "Dude, what are you fixing to do? Are you going to are you doing Indian war paint or what are you fixing to do here?" I'm like, I'm getting ready for the show. He goes, "Well, please tell me you're not going to go out there like that because you look horrible."
Oh.
I'm like, "I'm not done, man. Come on, cut me some slack, dude. Cut me some slack." But dude, yeah, I never thought in a million years that I would tell somebody like, "Hey man, I pay tribute to Elvis for a living and I wear probably more makeup than my wife."
Absolutely. Probably spend more money.
Crazy. Yeah, way more money. That's crazy. I had to talk about that. I got off subject. I'm sorry.
Yeah, a lot of people mention, like, a lot of people don't think about when we're wearing makeup, they're like, "Oh, you don't need that makeup." But a lot of times we're trying to, like you said, do the definition to try to look more like Elvis on stage, So I just wanted to throw that out there because some people don't realize why we wear it. But
Yeah. And it's like, Elvis was, just gonna be honest, Elvis was a good looking fella. I mean, I'm just not gonna lie. And we try to make ourselves somewhat get a little bit of a, nobody's ever gonna look like Elvis, but we try to get a little bit of that, maybe that side profile or something. I don't know. But Elvis was he was a hunka hunka. I'm not gonna lie. He was a nice looking fella, man. When I always say when God made Elvis, whew, he put everything in there. Oh my Lord. So what is one thing people watching tonight might be surprised to learn about you outside of being an Elvis tribute artist? What's something interesting they might want to learn about you that has nothing to do with being a tribute artist?
oh, that's trying to think of a good one. I mean, something kind of interesting is I live on a 300 300-acre cattle farm, out in the country. I feel like we dress up all the time and try to look nice, and people probably wouldn't assume that about me, but we have 150 head of cattle and stuff. That's kind of unique.
Wow.
Really? Like, yeah, we live out in the middle of nowhere, so
Wow. I didn't even know that about you. That's awesome.
into my wife's family, they live across the street, and we just own like 310 acres of a bunch of cattle, so we're technically farmers, so
That's awesome, dude.
yeah.
That's awesome. Hey, they ain't nothing wrong with that, dude. I've never had anything to do with nothing like that, but I've had a lot of friends that do, and they say it's a lot of fun. So, but a lot of work for sure.
Yeah, so
A lot of work.
That's one big thing I can think of. Other than that, it might not be interesting.
I understand. So, another question that just popped in my mind. So how you might have said this earlier and I missed it, but how many years exactly have you been paying tribute to Elvis?
I guess this is my third year, and
Third year. That's what you said. Okay. And from my knowledge, from research and being around you, I mean, we've known each other for what, at least probably 3 years, I guess, right?
yeah.
Probably 3 years.
I don't know if you read the ones I was at. My
Right.
first,
but yeah, but I know you don't only pay tribute to Elvis, you do your own thing too. Am I right about that?
yeah, that's why I was impressed. You said you do Josh Turner sometimes.
Yeah. Talk about that, about the other stuff that you do besides Elvis.
Yeah, so Josh Turner is one of my ones I like to do because I have a lower register like Elvis. That's why it was kind of easier to pick up on the Elvis thing. I don't have a really high register, so it's kind of hard to do some of the old rock songs where they can sing, phenomenally. But yeah, I play in Pigeon Forge a lot. I know you're familiar with Pigeon Forge in Tennessee. Taco Ranch, I go out there. I don't know if you've ever heard of them, but I just go do my own show. I always incorporate Elvis because everywhere I go, Elvis follows you. Your followers come with you. But so I play guitar and sing. That's really all. I don't play any other instruments really. I can play drums a little bit, but I've always wanted to play piano and just haven't really done it. But I felt like it was important to learn guitar just because it makes you look authentic if you're playing a guitar and singing at the same time. So yeah, I do my own shows. Just local things here and there, some private events, birthday parties, some celebrations.
That's cool, man. That's awesome. Yeah, the Taco Ranch. I know exactly where this at. I think is that in the shopping center there, with, like the Sweet Frogs and stuff.
Yeah, right off
Yeah.
the main street. I think there's a
Yep.
firehouse.
Yeah.
Well, if you hear
That's
music,
a cool place.
I'll stop in sometime.
I will. I've never eat there though, but I heard it's good.
Yeah, you all should definitely check it out. It's authentic food. They actually tear their chicken off the bone and put it on the tacos and stuff. It's not just your regular tacos. So.
That's cool. I'm gonna have to try it next time I'm up there.
Stuff happens, so people come right off the street. They'll hear you, and they can hear your music. I've had people come right off the street and it's like, yeah, we heard good music, so we just came over here. So
that's awesome, dude. That's cool.
Suggestions and everything. If I feel like I try to read the room, it's really important to read the room. I feel like because Elvis always did. I know there's many nights he said he stayed awake if a show didn't go the way he thought it would. He would stay up all night trying to figure out how to make it better. And I'm kind of the same way. So, I just try to critique it and keep people involved. And I still walk around just doing my own stuff, and I'll sing to people just for fun.
That's right, dude. There's nothing like that connection, bro.
Right. Yeah, you've got to do that.
Yep. So, so for you, I know you talked about, because I have this same issue, but you talked about like the vocal range. You got that lower tone like me. Would you consider that, because this is kind of leading into my question. My question was going to be, or what are some of the challenges, in your opinion, to paying tribute to Elvis? What are some of the hardest things to do? And I feel like what you would answer would be what I would answer, which probably be vocals, because it's that hard. But what's your input on that?
Yeah, I mean, I was always pretty good at singing "Can't Help Falling in Love" because that's just kind of where I'm at on tone wise. But some of the songs like "Wonder of You" or "My Way" or something like that, where it has the big ending, or I really had to work on sounding like Elvis on those higher big notes where you're pushing a lot, because I would end up sounding like myself when it would come out. it sounded like Elvis the whole time until that very last note. So that's always hard, is anywhere in a song where it starts getting in the higher register, trying to say like Elvis. But I've been working on that for 3 years. So, and then one other thing is the vibrato. Vibrato doesn't come naturally to me. I just have a smooth voice, and it's kind of like a curse when you're doing Elvis because he has so much pretty vibrato. But excuse me. But yeah, that's pretty much it. It's just higher register, big notes, and then natural vibrato. I really have to work on that as I continue to be an Elvis tribute artist, because Elvis was so talented and I just had that pretty vibrato.
Right. That's true, man. It's crazy. I tell people all the time, especially these younger guys that are coming up and paying tribute to Elvis. I tell them, they're like, what is something you could tell me? And I know you're like me and you do the same thing. And I'm like, you got to study Elvis.
Absolutely.
You don't watch me. Don't watch me. Don't watch somebody, watch Elvis, because there's even like the new film that just come out, Epic. I sat there and I watched it. I went to see it twice, and I watched it, and I'm like, when I left the theater, I sat in the car, and me and Cassidy was talking about the movie and all, and I told her, I said, you know what? I said, I've been doing this professionally since 2012, and I study Elvis literally almost every day. I said, but watching this right here, I still got a lot of freaking work to do. I was like, because I learned so much more from this film, and it's like, man, there's so much that I'm like I've never caught. And I'm like, man, now I'm catching it, and I'm like, man, I know me. For me, I'm like, I still got a lot of work to do, man. I got a lot of work to do, a lot to learn. I feel
like that almost after every show. I'm like, that was good, but I'll watch it back and be like, there's so much more I could do and stuff to look and sound more like Elvis, just movement wise and things. Yeah. So I'm always watching it back, trying to make it look more like Elvis for sure.
Yep, that's true.
But so that naturally for me was the movements. I was going to say that. So the singing was not as hard to catch on for me, but the movements and incorporating where they're supposed to be like Hound Dog and stuff in the 50s. Right. That was really difficult.
Dude, I know for me, when I first started, the 50 stuff was my thing. I mean, of course, I was like 15, 16 years old. And I was like, oh, man, this is my cup of tea. And now, if people ask me to do it, I'm like, can you give it to somebody else? I'm like, I can't get that nasal no more, man. I'll be honest with you. And with everybody that's watching, I'm just telling you the flat out truth. If you put me on stage doing a full 50 set for a solid hour, when I'm done, I can't talk. It me, man. 60s and 70s is my cup of tea now, and it's like, because everything's down here, and it's not nasal no more, So it's hard, man. I still do 50s, but man, it's hard. It's hard for me now.
Yeah, the ballads don't hurt me too much, but every time I do Jailhouse Rock and stuff, those higher register, I'm like you, my voice is gone. So
I'm done. It's like a one and done, man. It's like I'm out. I'm out. That's all I can do.
Yeah, and stuff is challenging. Yeah,
I know. So we were talking earlier about a new segment. Well, not a new segment, but an old segment that I've put back into the show called the Question of the Day. Yeah. And I'm going to re-ask that question. I'm going to ask it to you and see what your answer is. And then I'm going to, before I get your answer though, we're going to look at some of the comments here together and look at their answers. But I'm going to ask you the question and then we'll get your answer in a minute.
Yeah.
If you could jump into time machine and see any concert from the 1950s or 60s, who are you seeing and where? So we'll get your answer in a second. Let's check some of these comments. Okay. Jeannie said Beatles at Komsky Park. Okay. And then we got, who said this? 1960, Welcome Home, Frank Sinatra. That's a good one. That's a great one. I like that one. We got Elvis in Vegas. Oh, this is your wife.
Oh, yeah. That's funny.
I didn't even notice that.
You said 60s and 50s and 60s, yeah.
I didn't even realize whose name I was clicking on. That was not planned. I just clicked and saw it. She said Elvis overnight homecoming concert. Awesome. All right, let's look at a couple more here, and then we'll get your answer. Somebody said Elvis in Hawaii. That'd be great.
Right.
And then 68 comeback. Cool. All right, Austin, what's your answer?
So obviously my answer would definitely be Elvis, and it's not just because I'm a big Elvis fan, but that is the main reason. Ever since I've been introduced to Elvis when I first saw Graceland, and just studying him nonstop for 3 years, you almost get like this emotional, spiritual connection with Elvis.
Yeah.
But you get to meet the guy, you know. So there's just this part of me that wants to know Elvis more. So mine would definitely be Elvis. And I was trying to decide if I'd do 50s or 60s. I'm thinking I would like to see the 68 comeback special, just because If I Can Dream is one of my favorite songs.
Oh, yeah.
And the country was going through a lot of stuff at that time. And I would have loved to see Elvis do that. And I feel like the country needed to hear that at that time. So it would have been incredible just to see his emotion and how he connected to people through that song, because nobody can do it like Elvis and just connect with people like he did.
Yeah.
But I mean, if I had two answers, I'd have to go with like Louisiana Hayride or something like that, because I feel like they weren't allowed to capture most of the movements on TV, you know, because he couldn't shake, rattle, and roll. So they were never hard filming. So it would have been cool to see how he moved through a whole concert, you know, so like in the 50s and to really see what he did to capture the audience. I feel like he had a trick, you know, that we just can't see.
Oh, you know he had a trick, bro. You know there was something up that sleeve, man.
There was something.
There was something.
He moved in the 50s for sure.
Yeah, for sure. Well, dude, man, I've enjoyed being able to chat with you for a little bit, and the viewers are loving it, and I'm glad that you were able to come on the show. But folks, he's not done yet. We're going to get him back on later toward the end of the show, and we're going to do something interesting, I guess you could say. I don't know how it's going to go,
Right.
but the boys already know what's going to happen, so we're going to see what's going to happen. But thank you for coming on, and we'll get you back on in just a little bit.
I'll see you all in a little bit. Thank you.
All right, brother. Y'all put some hearts on the screen for Austin Pugh, man. He's a great guy, good person. And go and right there, follow him on Facebook, Austin Pugh. Follow him on Facebook and check him out. And I'll throw that back on the screen a little later as well. So you guys can see that. Also, keep commenting your answers for the question of the day, and I will repeat it one more time. Let me grab my sheet. I saw a few people commenting as me and Austin was talking about it, but if you could jump in a time machine and see any concert from the 1950s or 60s, who are you seeing and where? Okay, so make sure you comment those answers, all right? Well, here's what we're going to do. We're going to take a quick commercial break, about a minute, 2-minute commercial break, and then when we come back, we're gonna get my my good friend Hugo Colin on here and chat with you guys. So don't change that channel. We got a funny commercial about to happen for you guys, about a little over a minute. So I don't know if y'all know who Don Tronathon is, but he has a commercial that we're going to play tonight. So we'll be back in about a minute and a half for What's Up with Austin and Hugo Colin.
Hello, everybody. I'm Don Tronathon, and crap. Hello, everybody. I'm Don Tronathon, and consider yourself lucky to have landed on this YouTube page. This is my YouTube channel. This is my YouTube channel trailer. So, feel free to smash like and ring my bell so that you get any notification of any video uploads that I do. I'm going to stream on here, and I'm mostly going to do horror gaming, but there are vlogs and videos of me doing covers of other songs and such. So, yeah. Until next time, everybody have a good one. Bye. Bye.
All right, everybody, we're back with What's Up with Austin, man. That Don Tronathon, he's a mess. Y'all don't know who he is. God bless you, because he will make you have what's the word? He'll flip your frown upside down. Is that how I'm going to say that? He makes anybody laugh. He's a lot of fun. So Don Tronathon, y'all give it up for Don Tronathon, and I'm glad that his commercial got to come through tonight. It was a lot of fun. So that's awesome. He's a funny person. Anyway, well, ladies and gentlemen, this next guest that we're going to get on the show, we've known each other for a little while, and he's a great guy. He's a great tribute artist, just like Austin. And man, we got to talk a little bit before the show started, and he gave me some really cool talking points that we're gonna talk about. And the guy I'm talking about is Hugo Colin, and we're gonna have some fun and chat with him. So without further ado, let's go ahead and get him on the screen right now. Hugo, what's up?
Hey everyone. Hey Austin.
What's up, brother? How are you?
Great.
Good.
The weather is perfect in Chicago. That's
awesome.
Man, it's just, perfect. I love spring.
Awesome, man. I love it. Me too. I'm with you on that. I love fall too, but spring's amazing. You can get outdoors a lot more and have more fun. Swimming pools, the beach, whatever. It's a good time. It's a good time. So hey, listen. Tell everybody what's been going on, what's been up with you, and what's been going on over the past month or whatever, and just chat and let's see what's going on. What's up?
Yeah. Well, hi everyone watching. It's been a great year so far. I can't believe that the years are passing by so fast, but yeah, it's been a great start to the year. A lot of fun, a lot of things, going on in my life. I've been graduated from college for a year and a half, almost 2 years, and now I'm just filling up my schedule. I feel so happy. I've got about 3 or 4 different projects / jobs and hobbies, and I've found ways to incorporate my my creative artwork and things into what I into just my daily life,
Mm-hmm.
And and plus the tulips are blooming. It's perfect. Yeah, I'm so
That's
happy.
Awesome.
Yeah,
I love it, brother. I love it. So let's hop into this. So what sparked your interest in performing and being a tribute, giving a tribute to Elvis? And what do you enjoy most about keeping Elvis's legacy alive?
okay, yeah. My tribute to Elvis started when I was in kindergarten, and my mom was on the PTA at my elementary school. They were looking for kids to join the talent show because there just wasn't enough. It was the first time they were doing the talent show, and all the PTA moms were asking their kids to be part of it. And my older sisters, I have 3 older sisters, and they were all in the same elementary school, and they all passed up on the talent show, as did a lot of the older kids. It was the first one.
Yeah.
We don't want to be a part of it. And I was too young to know what shyness or stage fright was. So I went on stage and I did Viva Las Vegas, and my mom got an Elvis Halloween costume, and she bedazzled it and made it look great and stage ready. And then I just danced along to Viva Las Vegas as best I could. It was a lot of fun.
That's awesome.
Yep. And then I told you
awesome,
that by the time I was first grade, I did Trouble in Guitar Man. We went to the store to find a nice, shiny shirt like Elvis's in the 6-8 comeback. And second grade, I was always doing songs that it wasn't Don't Be Cruel or Blue Suede Shoes. It was songs that I really liked as an Elvis fan, even as a first grade age Elvis fan. So second grade, I did Baby You're So Square from Jailhouse Rock. And that almost was my last year because I almost was booted off the talent show because there were now by this time 3 years in, there was a lot of kids wanting to join the talent show. Right. And I was just dancing on stage to an Elvis song. And I almost got booted off. My mom made sure I got the same chance to be on stage as the other kids did. But I decided I should start singing now. So I started taking voice lessons in 3rd grade. And I took lessons for about 11 years. So I took them from 3rd grade to halfway through college when COVID hit. And then the school closed down periodically. And yeah, so then once it opened back up, then I didn't return to voice lessons, but I just, dug deeper into live performance. And my brother teaches there now. He's got about 45 students from age kindergarten, like when I was little, to high schoolers. And the spring recital is next weekend, next Sunday on April 19th. So we're fundraising to get some new drum sets, at least two new drum sets for the school.
Right.
One that we can have in the classroom, and then one that, at least one or two, hopefully, that students can borrow and take home, and I'll go set it up for them. So their parents don't have to buy a new drum set if they're, if their first grader is just wanting to learn, just mess around and trying to learn a new
Yeah.
instrument, see if it fits them, So I started singing at the talent show, and then every year, just another song. Fourth grade, I did Let's Have a Party. Fifth grade, I did Are You Lonesome Tonight from the 6-Day Comeback Special. And my mom did a recreation of the floor using
Right.
vinyl. And we had girls that were doing a dance together. We had them, and we asked them if they could come sit around the side of the stage, and, likely chances are they didn't see the 6-Day Comeback,
Yeah.
They don't know about Elvis and the girls sitting around him.
Right.
But we said, it would be so great if you guys can come sit around this, stage, to fulfill like our vision of the performance. And so we did that. One song, that Are You Lonesome Tonight? I did it 6th grade, 7th grade, and 8th grade would have been my last performance. So we went all out, and my friends from my graduating class joined me, and were Jailbirds for Jailhouse Rock. And we studied the music video, and we had choreography for everyone. My friends, my cousins, my aunts, and my siblings. We all did it. I played the part of Elvis Presley, and that would have been the last one. So we did our best, to make it as best as we could.
For sure.
And a couple weeks later, then the library outside our elementary school asked if I could kick off their summer reading program. So I did that. I volunteered there and brought my karaoke machine. And that was exactly 10 years ago. So that was when I graduated elementary school, was in 2015. And 10 years ago. And I still volunteer for them every year for their summer reading program. And I volunteer for them, a couple other places that allowed me to perform for the first time when I was just starting out 10 years ago, and getting experience now not performing in front of the talent show crowd and my school, but in public. So thank you so much to them. I love them. Most of them are either nonprofits or public services like libraries. And anytime they ask me to come and perform for them, we'll put it on our calendar and gladly perform for them.
Absolutely. I know you and I were talking, which you just kind of briefed on that a little bit, but we were talking before for the show, and you were talking about how you like to volunteer for things like that. And for everybody that's watching, I'm going to throw this out there because that's a good way to look at things, because I've always been taught, and I always tell, especially anybody that's an up and coming entertainer or whatever, never forget where you came from. Always remember where you came from and give back to your community. And Hugo was telling me about all the stuff he volunteers and he does for the area and everything like that. And dude, that's a heart of gold inside you, man. And that's something you should, like you were talking about, something you should be proud of, dude. There's not many people that do stuff like that. So I give you a round of applause for that, man. So that really means a lot. And I don't do it probably as much as you do, but I try my best to do as much. But man, you just keep doing that, dude, because that's something that's amazing. It really is.
Thank you. Yeah, thanks to my mom, who helped me when I was younger and didn't really know how to talk to adults. And as you can imagine, as a 14-year-old, you can't really book a place for yourself, right? So my mom was always my manager in that sense of communicating with people. And then we had friends from Chicago ask a restaurant if I can, you guys should have this young man here who sings Elvis songs. And then that was how I got into my first restaurant, and then my second, and then my third. And we all do everything in-house. It is how we do it, from the management to me making my clothes, my brother who does sound and also teaches at the school. So we've all kept things, really simple by doing it ourselves, exactly how I did it in the talent show when I was little. Yeah. And fortunately, thanks to my mom, who got me into these places, even if they were volunteer, they were great experiences for me, and I got to make a lot of friends that I've had for 10 years from my first volunteer performances. Yep. And people who do volunteer programs, who assemble people in the community and included me to be part of it. And now that I am, 10 years of experience now, and I can do an even better performance than I did 10 years ago. And I'm still doing it for volunteer. That makes me happy because now I feel like I've really grown into the role as a performer and making music happy with people's Elvis music. Yeah. And I've got a lot of guidance over the years from other people, community leaders who organize people and do good deeds. They've influenced me a lot to, be a good deed doer, including my parents, of course. Yeah.
That's awesome, brother. That's awesome. You mentioned something there while you were talking, and I want to say this because we kind of talked about this before we went live, and I was like super intrigued, and I was like, dude, you've got to share this on the live stream. But talking about making your outfits, let's talk about that.
Yeah.
How did that happen?
So this one I pulled out from down here. This is the first belt that I wore for my kindergarten talent show. So the jumpsuit that I got, this is it. It's just a normal Halloween jumpsuit, and the back was blank. So my mom made this with fabric paint and gemstones that she got from Joanne Fabrics.
Right.
And it came with a fabric belt. So she made this belt and put the tassels on it. You got everything that you need for a belt. So I wore this one when I was in kindergarten, and every year we would practice together to look at the video of what I was going to recreate at the talent show, and see what Elvis wore. And she would find the clothes from the store. We'd go look for the right shirt or the right pants, and then she would Elvisify it, make it stage ready, add the little details and things, and make it shine and make it look really nice. And my mom is a great artist. She went to Northwestern for art, and she's so creative. So I definitely got that from her. And once I was in high school, when I started volunteering and doing my own, 1 hour length shows, not just one song, needed clothes. And I loved Elvis's style. As one of the things that all Elvis fans have in common, we don't just love his music, but there's his image, and he's talked about himself. It's his style that also is a big, gravitational pull for fans, and I can see that too. So I would go thrifting and find jackets or pants, and they were too big or too small. Most of the time, too big because I was a high schooler. So I would make alterations to it. Ended up making so many alterations to some pants that I just cut them apart and started making a pattern with that pant. And then once I was graduating high school, I thought I wanted to be either go into medicine, study biology in school to eventually become a pediatrician or an eye doctor or something like that. And then by my junior year is when I started doing that, taking apart clothes. And then senior year, I was doing it a lot more often. I was volunteering a lot. At the same time, I was still just a normal high schooler. I was in choir. I was on the football team. My hair was cut short, and I was still performing, doing my Elvis tribute and singing on the weekends and in places, and spent all my tip money on lunch, in high school. And I decided that I was going to go to community college, which was great because then COVID hit. Go to community college, and then eventually I would transfer to another school where I would study art. And what I ended up doing was I went to Columbia College in downtown, and I studied fashion and production design. A lot of computer work, a lot of hands-on work. I learned how to pattern make so I can kind of do it properly and learn from professionals who make samples and also build brands and things like that. All our teachers at Columbia, work in the industry. So it was great. And going to school there for 4 years, it really helped me. Now that I am 2 years removed from school, the knowledge, it kind of just comes back up, and I'm like, wow, I remember, when I'm doing new things that I haven't done before, they're things that I learned in school. So I'm very thankful for my experience with that. And a lot of it has to do with the pattern making and things. So I would use the facilities at school to do schoolwork, pattern making and things that they asked us to do, and then also make garments. So like this one I made while I was in school. This is my leather jacket and pants. Made this one while I was in there, and then took photos of it in this facility. I made this
That's awesome.
double trouble jacket. This one is one of my favorite 60s ones to wear.
That's cool.
Yep, I love this jacket. One thing I also like to do, so when I got something big coming up, a nice fun show, I'll make something to go with it. I've got this performance at the state fair, or I've got this performance at the Illinois Elvis Festival that I headlined at last year, or I've got my Christmas show. I make something, so there's an added element of preparation for the show.
Exactly.
It's not just practicing my singing and vocals, but also making something new that I don't have yet, that many Elvis fans maybe haven't seen yet. So this one I wore at the Illinois Elvis Festival last year, and John Daly, he was really nice to meet him. It was my first time getting to talk to him, and I took a couple pictures with him in my clam bake suit and also this double trouble jacket, and he gave me a lot of great compliments about how he hasn't seen the jacket before, and he loves Elvis's movies, so he was really into the clothes that I made, and all those things. And well, this I wore at the Lyric Theater in Chicago this weekend. This, I know all of us wanted to see a little bit more of it in Epic, and it was teased a lot, and we just saw it at the end. This one I made last year for Christmas, actually 2 years ago on Christmas, and it's just been hanging up down here. So I brought it, and what I do, whether it's something that Elvis wore on stage or wore in movies, you look at reference photos in books, or of course online, and anything, and just kind of dissect it. This is what you wore. Make sure you catch all the little details. I showed you that white jacket that Elvis wore.
Yeah.
Yep, that was, and then you get to learn so much about Elvis, so that's cool. So that white jacket, it's kind of like for everyone, it's kind of like a dinner tuxedo jacket, and Elvis wore it to a wedding of his friends in Memphis, and then he also wore it at the Ellis Auditorium fundraising concert.
Right.
He did 3 shows in 1960. One was a Pearl Harbor concert, that one we all know about, and then there was the 2 at the Ellis Auditorium. And that white jacket he wore at one of the shows, and the other one he wore like a silver, nice silver jacket, kind of in the same style, a tuxedo. And so, but if you look at the pictures, you just see white jacket. But if you kind of dig deeper, you see details on
the design,
trim that was on it and stuff. So then I get to look around it. Fortunately, I live in a big city, Chicago. There's a lot of fabric stores. So get to go around, look for the right fabric, the right color. I haven't bought anything yet from any of the jumpsuit makers that are around. I try to before I do that, I just, can I make this? Can I make it, and can I do it even better, like with like color wise or the fit? Yeah. So I've made, and then some of them are like, wow, I am not capable of making this 68 comeback suit yet, but in a year maybe I will be. So
exactly,
and it's something I can work towards and then make. And I made the Turquoise Now jumpsuit, and that one took about 2.5 years. I made the Gold Lame jacket. That one took about 3 years to do. And all of this started, I've been doing my tribute for around 10 years. So this was back when I was in college that I started these projects, and kind of finished by the time I was out of college and had more time to, do the projects with what I've learned and the skills that I've gotten.
That's awesome, dude. That's cool.
I try everything that I wear at my shows. I try to have made by me, including the pants,
Exactly.
even some shirts, and jackets and jumpsuits and stuff.
That's cool, man. That's awesome, dude.
That's fun. It's really fun.
I would never be able to do that.
Yeah, well, I can do it for myself, right? Because I can try on the clothes and make sure everything is good. I can make adjustments.
It's a lot easier.
Yeah. And there's no time crunch. If I need
Yep.
it by the weekend, then I'm going to work a little bit longer. I'll stay up later
Absolutely.
and work on it, finish it for myself. But I was always scared about making it for other people. And when I started to go to more competitions and festivals, and people ask if I can make some things for them, and my answer was always I was in school and I was a little bit too busy now. But this year, starting, one of my resolutions was that I need to get over that fear and start making things.
Exactly,
because
dude.
I feel like I'm ready now. So yeah, I've made a couple things for a couple people, including more recently. A lot of people are fans of Elvis's teddy bear pants. So I've made a couple of those for people. I made one for my friend Mikey, who lives in Colorado. And I took a little spring break last month and went to Colorado to visit my sister, and delivered the pants to him, and got to hang out and talk about Elvis and go to an antique mall and look around at everything. It was just so fun. Yeah, I love the Elvis community. Like, I love the Elvis community. It's great. And then Memphis is Elvis Week. I'm sure there's people watching who maybe haven't been to Elvis Week yet. Because even though it's in the country, it's kind of a big trip. It's either probably around 10 hours on average away from everyone, depending on where you live. But I highly recommend, if you haven't been to Elvis Week, if you haven't been to Graceland, it's incredible. Yeah, it's incredible. And the Elvis fans that you meet over there are so special. And I can't wait for Elvis Week.
I know, man. It'll be here before we know it, dude. It'll be here before we know it. I'm ready for it too. Yeah. Let's talk about a big contest you just won. A big contest called up in Windy. It's called, what is it called? Windy City Elvis Festival or something like that.
Yep, the Windy City Elvis contest.
Let's talk about that, dude. And I think you won some like big belt, didn't you?
Yeah. I got it right here.
Let's see it. I want to see it.
So this is the belt. Really
That's
cool.
Awesome.
Really.
That's awesome.
This is this is just it's I don't even, it's awesome. I'm happy to be, I'm honored to be to have this. I participated in this competition when I first heard of it. So I started singing when I was in 3rd grade at the talent show, and then when I was in 5th grade, I saw my first Elvis tribute artist around Chicago. I saw Ronnie Vegas and I saw Rick Saucedo around the same time. And then I realized, well, these guys, this is exactly what I do with the talent show. And they're Elvis fans too. By that time now I was old enough to know who Elvis was, and Elvis fans, and I was an Elvis fan. And what I'm doing is recreating his performance. And these guys were also recreating his performances. So now I think I was in 7th grade, 14 years old, and I participated in their contest. And I participated in it almost every year. There's a couple times where either school got in the way, so I took a little a break in between participating. But I think this was, if I started when I was 14 and I'm 25 now, so 11 years of participating. And after 11 years, I finally, I finally got my first place. It's the first competition that I've won. And yeah, I'm honored that it's the Windy City one, because we live in Chicago. I love the city. I'm going out tonight to listen to live music. I love to go see my friends perform. And I love the city. I love Chicago. I never want to leave. So I'm very happy to have this this belt, especially the title of Windy City Elvis champion. That's
awesome.
It's really awesome. Yeah,
that's awesome, dude. You deserve it, man. You deserve it.
Thank you. Joe Torito, who has this competition. I saw him when I was probably in sixth grade, and he was doing a show in downtown by the Lakeshore,
Mhm.
and it was an Elvis 5K. Now Chicago's great. There's a lot of Elvis fans everywhere, but there's a
Yeah.
lot of Elvis fans in Chicago and the Midwest. So shout out
That's
to all the
awesome.
Elvis fans in our area. This marathon, this 5K, it was an Elvis 5K, and they do it every year. And people dress up in Elvis jumpsuits and
That's
sunglasses and
cool.
wigs, and they do it. And this year that I went, my aunt was running in it, and I just went dressed up in black and white shoes, white tie, and black shirt, and saw him, and he let me up on stage, and I did a song and sang in front of people, and it was my first time in front of a audience that wasn't my talent show, and it
Mhm.
was very exciting. So he's known me for um, at least 10 years. Yeah, he's known me for at least 10 years, and he has this competition and hosts it. So he's seen me grow up, as well as our other friends, Karen and Cindy from Chicago. Yeah, they've all seen me grow up. So it felt so nice uh, to win this year and have
That's cool.
everyone who saw me when I was 14, um, you know, root for me. Another person, Bill Bryan, who I met at my first performance. Bill Bryan made a short film. Oh, and I met him while he was still in college. And his senior project was a short film about Elvis at Sun Studios. And he uh, he chose to be the actor of Elvis was Drake Milligan. So I met Bill Bryan and Drake Milligan in 2014 and 15 when they made the short film, and then Drake went on to do the one other one for TMC, and then and now he is doing great things, and they're also from the area. It was awesome. Yeah, it was a great experience as a little kid to learn from people and get cheered on, and then now as just an even just bigger little kid, just get cheered on by the same
Right.
people, the people
That's
that have
awesome.
always like looked out for me and rooted for me. Yeah, and I've been to places where Memphis and other places, and people. I've had people introduce me to their friends and be like, I'm a champion, an uh, award winning tribute artist. But this is my first win, and I've corrected them like I haven't won anything. Yeah, I'm a local performer. That matters more
Right.
to me. Being from Chicago and doing what I do, whether it's volunteering or being at places in the city that I perform at. Stadium Club is one of them. It's the only place that
Yeah.
I perform at doing my monthly show. But now I can, now I'm actually, an award-winning tribute artist, and
That's
that
awesome,
is the
bro.
Windy City one. That means a ton. Yeah.
Absolutely, bro. That's awesome, dude. That's awesome. So, what is it about Elvis that you think that continues to resonate with so many people across generations? Because I mean, if you think about it, like when the Elvis movie come out with Austin Butler, let's use that for example. I
Mhm.
went and seen it like 5 or 6 times in theaters because I was like, man, Elvis is like back on the big screen. You know, there's something Elvis related is back on the big screen. And going in and seeing people that were younger than me or even my age, and it's like, man, this is really opening the Elvis world into a wider, younger generation. So what is it about Elvis that you think continues to resonate with so many people across multiple of generations? What is it about Elvis?
Um, I've thought about that too recently, as I'm sure a lot of us have, after seeing these movies and stuff.
Yeah.
Um, and when I saw Epic with my family, it was just so cool. Like the Elvis movie in 2022 was great. We got to see,
Yeah.
Elvis portrayed in the movies in the movie theater with other people, Elvis fans that are from our neighborhood who came to the theater
Yeah.
to see the movie with us. Uh, but seeing Epic was different because it was actually
Oh
Elvis.
yeah. Yeah.
It was actually Elvis, and that seeing him and watching it, then that was like, wow, this is like my childhood dream. Like
Hmm.
this is my childhood right in front of me, you know.
Yeah.
And I think it has something to do with that. Like, it's Elvis's. uh, two words like wholesome and family friendly in a way, but obviously there's in 1956, Elvis Presley was not family friendly at all to anyone,
Right.
he was not a family friendly entertainer and no one thought of him like that. But
Mm-hmm.
he just reminds people, me included, and also people that I perform for at, like a retirement home that are 80 or 90, it reminds them of their childhood, and it reminds
Right.
in singing and doing his performances, his songs and singing them, it reminds me of my childhood, and seeing him on screen in the movie theater was like, this is like a childhood dream. Yeah. So
Exactly.
it just, there's something about Elvis that reminds us of, I guess, reminds everyone of happiness, it just makes us
Yep.
happy, reminds us of
Yep.
our best, like our happiest times in our life. Like in my
Exactly.
childhood, my mom showed me Elvis's movies. One of my favorite ones is Roustabout. That was the first Elvis movie I saw. And
Awesome.
yeah, and we would have picnics inside just because I loved watching his movies. So we
That's
would
cool.
set up like a picnic blanket. She would make lunch, and then I would sit on the blanket in the living room and watch an Elvis movie. And
That's
then I learned
awesome.
then I learned how to use cassettes and then just listening to him and not watching watching a movie, just listening
Right.
to him, and that would captivate me. So that's how I kind of learned all the little things that Elvis Presley does in his songs, and how he sings these songs, whether they're like a number one hit or they're a B-side or they're just a studio recording.
Yep.
I didn't know what the skip button was. I just listened to everything that was on these
Yeah.
cassettes or on these DVDs or CDs. So as a kid, really impressionable, as we all were, Elvis fans,
Mhm.
that saw Elvis when we were little, whether it was on TV or on DVD in the 2000s, or you saw him as a kid when you were little in the 70s.
Yeah.
It just all reminds us, I guess, of our childhood.
Right. I
Yeah.
agree, man. I agree.
And he's the best.
And
Plus, he's the best.
oh, absolutely. He's the
That's
greatest
why.
entertainer of all time. I
Yeah,
tell
it's
people all the
incredible.
time,
Yeah.
I don't care how much black hair and sideburns you can get. Nobody's ever going to be Elvis Presley. There's just one. Just one. He had it all, man. And it's like you said about Epic, dude. When I went and watched it the first time, I felt every emotion that you could think of. I mean, I felt like I wanted to cry. I laughed. I laughed more than anything because, I mean, if people didn't know how witty Elvis was, I mean, my gosh, he was a funny guy. He was just
Yeah, it was
funny.
hilarious.
Good
It was
human
so great.
being. And when I left that theater and I left watching the movie, I was like, I wish I could have stood up and told somebody at the movie theater, hey, can you just run it back and play it one more time? Just one more time. I could watch it again one more time. It's just Elvis Presley just has that it factor. And it's something that's going to live on forever. And it's going to just, his legacy is never going to die. And it's just, I mean, my gosh, he still sells records. Look at all the YouTube views he has on all the YouTube videos and everything, and all these people that went to see Epic. And I mean, it's
Yeah.
amazing. And there's no other entertainer in the entire world that will ever be like that. Never. Anybody will tell you that. They never will. Never.
Yeah. Yeah. It's so cool to see like, all the Elvis fans. And I use Instagram a lot, when I was in school, and I downloaded it first when I was like in college. I didn't really use it in high school, but in college, and
Right.
I've just used it for the last, 6 years.
Mhm.
And now I get to see all this Elvis, content and Elvis fans and people who have fan
Yeah.
pages. Like a couple of my friends, Mary, who runs the page, My Boy, and Travis, who does daily Elvis posts. He posts
Right.
daily pictures of Elvis Presley, and Gianna, who was featured her artwork was featured in Memphis Mafia.
Mhm.
If you guys haven't seen all that stuff yet, just go check out Instagram. Visit those pages, daily Elvis posts, My Boy, and Jiro's art, and Memphis Mafia mail. Those are so cool. It's just the new Elvis fans are using Instagram and just social media
Right.
to share stories about Elvis and pictures about Elvis, and it's just so cool. And I got to connect with a lot of them last year at Elvis Week, because I just followed them. Oh, another one, Tiny Graceland. Do you know about Tiny Graceland?
I know what you're talking about. Yes,
She's
exactly.
awesome. Everyone, if you guys don't know about these people, follow them on Instagram because they're so cool. Tiny Graceland is recreating Graceland and has been working on it for a couple of years. Every room is just so detailed, and it's incredible. And it's just Elvis fans sharing their love for Elvis, and yeah, it's awesome. And a lot of them are people my age, or younger, and who are Elvis fans, and doing stuff and just kind of inspiring the newer generation of young Elvis fans. This bracelet I always wear like every day. My friend, her name is Ella. She lives in Kentucky, and she gave this to me at the Illinois Elvis Festival last year. And this one is just Sun Studio.
That's awesome.
And she gave me about like 20 bracelets, and they came up to Chicago last month to see one of my shows, and I asked her to make more bracelets for me, and I was giving them out at my volunteer show at Gigi's Playhouse to all the kids that were there, and just giving them out to as gifts. And I let the kids wear the belt, and told them, go walk around, like show it off to everyone.
That's cool.
Yeah, and she's great. She's a 12-year-old Elvis fan, and I'm sure some of you may know her, some of you may not. But at these Elvis festivals that she goes to, and other shows, she just makes bracelets during the shows and gifts them to people. And she gave me a lot of bracelets, and this one I got last July, and it's my daily. I wear my watch for the time, and then I wear this bracelet, Sun Studio, because that's where it all began.
That's awesome, dude. That is so true. So true. That's where it began, where it all started. Rock and roll, dude.
Yeah.
So earlier on in the show, I put up a question today and had everybody ask, and I've asked Austin, and now I'm going to ask you. So I'm going to repeat the question one more time.
Oh, yeah.
And then I'm going to put some more of the comments up here, and then we'll get your answer. So if you could jump in a time machine and see any concert from the 1950s or 60s, who are you seeing and where? Let's look at a few more of these comments. Somebody put Louisiana Hayride, July 31st, 1969, Elvis in Vegas, the opening. 68 comeback.
Those are great. Yeah.
These are great ones. All right, Hugo, what's your answer, man?
Before I answer, those are great. 68 comeback. I mean, they all have great stories I want to share. I can ramble on and on, but just I'll keep it all short. 68 comeback, great. If you were in that audience, you were so lucky. If you know the story behind that, and you were lucky enough to get a ticket out of the blue to see Elvis, you were lucky. A lady I met last week, she told me that in 1954, she was driving with her husband in Georgia, and they picked up a hitchhiker, and he said that he was going to go see a concert, and this guy, his name was Elvis, and he was doing a show, and he was on his way to go see him, and he was hitchhiking there. And then in 1956, when Elvis was on the Ed Sullivan Show, she told her husband, like, that's the guy who the hitchhiker said he was going to go see, So
that's crazy.
Stories like that, all the people that are saying Louisiana Hayride, stories like that, that's awesome. I met someone else in Chicago area who performed in a big band that opened for Elvis Presley. They were like on tour with him, and he played the trumpet, and he would perform in the South with their show band, and they would open for Elvis at these pop-up summer festivals and things.
Right.
But I think I will have to go not with Elvis because, well, I don't know. It's so
it's hard, bro. I know.
I think I would definitely, if I would see in the 1950s, I would love to see Chuck Berry perform live. Chuck Berry, because I know a lot more about Elvis's history, and I can imagine it. We've all daydreamed, about being at an Elvis show and what it was like to see it, and but yeah, I'd love to see Chuck Berry to experience that. He was one of the people who broke down racial barriers in music history, just like Elvis did. Elvis had fans that on both sides, and so did Chuck Berry. And yeah, so I would love to see Chuck Berry live. I love his music, and I love the songs that Elvis Presley covered of his songs, like Too Much Monkey Business. That song I sing at most of my shows, honestly. And it just decides like what I'm in the mood for. But
it's a great song.
Last month I sang so many Chuck Berry songs that Elvis Presley recorded that aren't Johnny B. Good, because they're just so good. And hearing those songs, I love driving in the car and listening to Chuck Berry. It takes you to like another time, just like how Elvis's music does, But I would love to see live in concert Chuck Berry in 1955.
That's cool, man. That's awesome. So I'm pretty sure everybody's probably wondering what my answer would be, and I was waiting until after Austin already gave his and Hugo already gave his, but mine it would have to be Elvis. And the reason is because, and I would show everybody, but this room I'm in is a disaster, but it's hanging on the wall over there. I have an actual ticket stub from Elvis from the in the 56 for the homecoming show in Tupelo. I have an actual ticket stub hanging on my wall. So cool. And that is one of my favorite shows. There's not a lot of footage of it, but there is some. But if I had to pick, that's where I would want to go and watch. That's just me. That's awesome. My pick. Yeah. So I had a fan.
Take a picture of that and send it to me, please.
I will. I had a fan buy that for me a long time ago, and on each side of it is actually pictures of Elvis from the show, and then in the middle is like a picture of the flyer of the show, and then the ticket stub is right there. So it's really cool. So that's something
like when people out of the goodness of their heart give you something, like
absolutely,
Elvis, like a special memento or something, especially something that belongs to them. Like, it's amazing.
It means the world.
Thanks to everyone watching, and thanks to the people that are so thoughtful and kind and giving things like that.
Absolutely.
That's awesome. I'd love to see that. That's an amazing gift.
Absolutely, dude. I'll send you a picture of it for sure, man. For sure. But dude, man, I've had a blast sitting here chatting with you, and I feel like there's a lot more we can learn about you, dude. There's so much you're telling us, man. It's great that you do all this, and you're a great young man, and the sky's the limit for you, dude. I mean that from the bottom of my heart.
I hope we can catch up this summer.
Absolutely,
anytime.
Dude. Absolutely. But we're gonna take another commercial break, and then we're gonna get you and Austin back on, and we're gonna play a little game. What do you think about that? You think it's gonna be fun? It's gonna be interesting. It's gonna be different.
Yep. Yeah.
What happens is gonna happen.
Sounds good.
Well, Hugo, thanks, man, and we'll get you back on in just a few.
All right. Thanks, everyone.
Y'all give it up for Hugo Colin, and make sure you follow him on Facebook. There it is right there. Hugo, Elvis tribute artist. Make sure you go follow him there as well. Well, folks, man, I think we've had a great night, man. Both of these guys have told some amazing things about themselves and stuff that we didn't know, and it's awesome. I've enjoyed sitting here and learning about them. I know both of them. I've known them for a little while, but now I feel like I've known them my whole life because I get to learn all this stuff. But ladies and gentlemen, we're going to take another quick commercial break, and then when we come back, we're going to get both of them on the screen, and we're going to play a little game called the Vintage Toss-Up, This or That. It's going to be interesting. I don't know what's going to happen. I don't know how it's going to work, but we're going to make it work, and it's going to be fun. So don't change that channel. We'll be back in just a flash with What's Up with Austin and more with Austin Pugh and Hugo Colin.
Austin Irby, a name synonymous with electrifying entertainment. This multi-talented artist is renowned worldwide for his captivating tribute to the king of rock and roll, Elvis Presley. Three-time semifinalist in the Ultimate Elvis Tribute Artist competition and named one of the top 10 Elvis tribute artists in the world by Elvis Presley Enterprises, Austin has honed his craft to perfection. His dedication and passion are undeniable. Colin's talents extend far beyond his Elvis tribute. From soulful ballads to high-energy rock and roll, his original music and diverse repertoire will keep you entertained. Experience the magic of live music with Austin Irby. Whether you're an Elvis enthusiast or simply a lover of great entertainment, you won't want to miss this unforgettable show.
Sitting on a block stone, well, we're in a corner weeping all alone. One city party, Pino Square. Can't find a party, it's a word and tell.
Go, go, go! Lay it on me, Daddy-O.
Well, everybody in the wholesale line was in the church there, that's right. Well, we dancing through the tail, that's right. Yeah, we dancing through the tail, that's right. Yeah, we dancing through the tail, and we're dancing. To the sailors, right. Thank you very much.
All right, everybody, welcome back to What's Up with Austin. That's a promo video for a new show that we have that we're going to start touring with. So if you'd love to see us at a city near you, let me know. Visit austinentertainment.com. We'd love to see you there. It's going to be a lot of fun. I'm excited for the show. It's going to be great. All right, well, I think you guys are ready for this. I'm going to get both of these gentlemen back on the screen with me right now, and then we're going to talk a little bit about what we're fixing to do. So let's get Austin Pugh back on. Are you still with me?
I'm here.
Awesome. And let's get Hugo. There we go. Is everybody here with me?
Yep, we're here.
All right. Awesome. Okay. So are you guys ready to play this game?
Let's
It's going to
do
be
it.
interesting.
Yep.
Let's try it. Well, here's the logo for it. This game is called This or That Vintage Toss Up. It's basically which do you prefer? All right, everybody. So here's how we're going to do this. Now, usually we normally do like a big game here. You know, we've done online scavenger hunts, we've done some crazy stuff, but tonight we're going to do something a little different. And like I said, we're calling it the Vintage Toss Up This or That. So here's what we're going to do, fellas. I'm going to give you two choices. No. You have to pick one. You can't pick both. All right. You can't pick both. You can't do that. I know it's going to be hard. You only can pick one. There can be no maybes and no both. You got to pick one. All right. And I want to see all the viewers that are watching tonight flood the comments. I want to see your answers as well. All right. We want to see your answers also. So, boys, are you ready for these toss ups?
Yep.
Yeah.
Here we go. All right. First one. And what I'm going to do is after I say it, Austin, you can give your answer first, and then Hugo, you can give yours. All right, first one: Sun Records or Motown?
Motown. I love, I love Sun. I wear this like every day. But Motown. I'll take Motown.
Austin, what did you say?
Sun Records. Can you hear it?
Sun Records. Okay, I got you. Awesome. All right, here's the next one. Austin, you go first. Jumpsuits or high stallion collars?
Jumpsuits.
Hugo?
You said high stallion collars?
Yes.
What does that mean?
It's like, like how the shirts, like some of the shirts are like really up high.
Yeah.
Kind of
Like
almost like a
Elvis's shirt?
jumpsuit, but kind of like that. Yeah.
Yeah. Jumpsuits. Yeah.
Jumpsuits. Awesome. Okay. Here's the next one. A packed theater or an outdoor festival? Austin, what do you got to say?
Packed theater for sure. Yeah, for me.
All right, Hugo.
Yeah, I'll say packed theater too, just because acoustics.
Okay.
Yeah.
Or if I'm going, still outdoor, inside packed theater. I'll take packed theater, whether I'm performing or watching a show.
Sometimes these outdoor gigs can get hot.
Yeah, definitely. Even if you're standing there watching, too hot. Yeah.
I know exactly what you mean. All right, here's the next one. A classic Cadillac or a custom tour bus?
I probably would have chose Cadillac in my younger years, but as I'm getting older, a tour bus with family sounds pretty good.
Awesome. Hugo, what do you got to say?
That sounds good too. I see what Austin means, and I love to travel with family and friends, but in my younger years, I will say a Cadillac.
I would go with the
that'd be
tour bus too,
awesome.
fellas. I would go with the tour bus too. Okay, here's another one. A vintage mic like a Shure 55 or just a modern wireless mic?
Ooh. It really depends on what I'm doing, but for sound quality, I normally go with the wireless. Just the sound quality is better. So the Shure, have one.
Yeah. Hugo?
Yeah, I'll go with this one. It's great. Sometimes sound quality, that's a big factor. And sometimes my brother, when he's at the soundboard, he'll make this sound so good.
Yeah,
and it just sounds so good. It's like, when it sounds good and you're singing and you're using this and not a wireless, it just makes me feel like when I'm singing, I just get so into like the moment of and hearing it. Oh yeah, I'll take this one, even though it is harder to, it's pretty hard, and then it's on a stand all the time and stuff. And it's hard, but I'll take this one. Yeah, it's beautiful.
All right, here's the next one. All ballads or all high energy rock and roll?
If I was singing, I would probably do ballads, but I'm going to choose rock and roll because I enjoy watching that more.
Okay.
Rock and roll.
Hugo?
Yeah, I'll take ballads. Yeah, and maybe because my mom is an Elvis fan that made me an Elvis fan, and she loves all of Elvis's ballads. So do I. There's so many deep cuts and songs that are just beautiful. Yeah, and I just love just them, whether I'm performing or just listening to them. Yeah, I'll take ballads.
Awesome. All right, here's the next one. Home cooked family food or a quick diner burger on the road?
Home cooked all the way. For me.
Home cooked for sure.
I agree 100%. 100%. Okay.
I love diners, but yeah, home cooked.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay, here's the next one. Recording a song in one single take with the flaws and all, or spending 20 hours getting every note perfect?
Ooh. Like, what was the first part of that? Like, if you're recording it?
So basically, it's like the first part is like recording the song in one single take. So if you're off pitch or whatever and it's just raw, that's how you're going to leave it. Or spending 20 hours in a studio to get every single note correct.
That's a tough one. I don't know. That one's so
hard. Basically, do you want the music to sound raw or perfection?
I like authenticity, because I feel like a lot of older Elvis 50s stuff was pretty raw. But
correct.
For now, I think I would want mine to be, on iTunes and Spotify and everything. You want it to be perfect, so I'm gonna have to go with the.
Yeah,
you go.
I'll take that too. I recorded with my brother some songs, and some of them were easy. I was like 1-2 takes. I was like, great, this is great. But even Suspicious Minds, when we recorded that one, that took a whole day. It took 24 to like 30 hours, and some other songs did too. Right. So much where even though I'm standing in one place, it was so took so much energy to focus on the breathing and the singing that I was just as exhausted as if I was doing it, performing in one take. Oh my gosh, it's so hard. I know. I didn't expect it to be that hard to do songs over take by take until you get it perfect and how you want it. It's like sweaty. You're in one place, you're not even moving, but you're like, oh my gosh, I'm out of breath. Yeah.
Yep.
But still, I'll take that. I'll take 20 hours.
Cool. Okay. Here's the next one. We got two more. Okay, which one I want to do first? All right. Total silence in the dressing room to focus before the show, or blasting music and hanging out with the guys before the curtain?
Mm.
I didn't think I made it that hard. I'm sorry.
Well, it's kind of time goes on, but I would probably still have to say the silence. I do listen to Elvis. I don't know if that's a possibility, but I have to listen to Elvis's tone before I go on stage. That's a big thing for me. But I can't do
Right.
like the rock hanging out and whatever else. So
Gotcha.
just this.
Hugo?
I'll take the hanging out with everyone and having more, friend and noise and stuff, friends and music, and yeah.
You know what? I think my answer would be half and half. I know I said you're not supposed to do that. You're supposed to just answer
Right.
one.
Yeah.
But you guys
That's
get
a
what I'm
really hard
saying.
one.
That's a hard one because it's like 1 minute I'd want to have total silence so I could listen to Elvis or whatever, and then hang out with everybody. So that's a toss up there. That's a hard
Yeah,
one. Anyway,
during competitions and stuff, I bring
it's
a
different.
little Bluetooth speaker to
Yep.
put in the rooms because, like, most of the time, I guess all the time is like it's dead silent, and that can really
Yep.
get your nerves going. If
That's-
you're in a
Exactly.
competition and you don't have enough experience, and like it's like, oh, I wish there was some Elvis music instead of hearing like the guy, the ETA like performing. So
Yep.
now I always bring like a speaker and play it like quietly just to have some
Yep.
music. So because then that makes everyone kind of like talk more, and then that makes
Exactly.
the scenario that I chose where we're all talking and having a good time. Yeah. So
Yep.
yeah, I'll take that one.
All right, I got one more. Here's the final one for the this and that game here. One iconic, expensive outfit to wear for the whole show, or do 3 quick costume changes to keep the crowd guessing.
I love the costume change. Yeah, I like to keep the crowd guessing, so that would be my choice.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm with
Hugo?
Austin on that. Yeah, I'll do costume changes. Fun. It's like theater. It's like I'll take the costumes, and then you can go through 50s and 60s and 70s. Yeah, I think only Elvis
I
can
agree.
have everyone's attention the whole time, undivided attention, by just staying in one spot and wearing
Sure.
one, one clothing,
Yeah.
one jumpsuit or one,
Yeah.
yeah. It's
I
hard.
agree. Well, listen, fellas, I got one final question that I'm going to ask you both. And I think this is a great question. And probably ever since I've been doing this show, except during the COVID times, this is always the question that I always end with my guest interview segment. And I'm going to ask both you the question. Austin, I'm going to let you answer first. The screen is going to be yours. I'm going to put you on the screen. And then I'll give Hugo his time to answer as well. But I think this is a great question. So here is my question. If you could ask Elvis Presley one question, what would it be and why? Austin, I'll let you take the floor. Go ahead.
You just got all these good questions.
I'm sorry.
I could ask him a question. I've always wondered how he could do so much, in the short time that he was here. But I think my question would be, what do you do in every performance to captivate the audience the way you do? I guess that's what I would want to hear is his answer to that. How do you make everyone in the room start screaming your name, or just, yeah. So that would be my question. How do you captivate the audience the way you do? What is it you do? I would want to know what he says to that.
That's a good one. Hugo, my friend, you're on the screen, dude.
Yeah, I don't know. That's a great question, and it's almost don't know how to answer it because I've heard this question before, and I never have decided like what my answer would be. But thinking about it, I maybe would try to get more time with him. So I would ask him if he wanted to go out and get dinner. Maybe one of my favorite places in Memphis for food is Rendezvous.
Right.
Maybe I would ask him if he wanted to go to Rendezvous. or if he wanted to go to get a donut at Gibson's, or if I can help make a cookout at Graceland or something, like, have some leisure time. Yeah,
That's cool. I
that
like
that
that.
would probably
I
be
like that.
my question.
I love it. I love it. All right, fellas. Hugo, I'll let you start first, but tell the viewers that are watching where they can find you, website, social media, whatever. Tell them where they can find you and all that fun
Sure.
stuff.
Yeah. Thanks, everyone. I sent out a lot of invites at the beginning of the live stream, so if you got a chance to watch, thank you. And you guys know, and everyone else, you can follow me on Instagram and Facebook. It's called Hugo's Elvis Tribute Artist. On the screen. I got a website I made when I was in college, and I've added a lot to it, and it's really fun. It's got my whole portfolio of performing and clothes that I've made for myself, songs, covers of Elvis's songs that I've posted, and videos. It's called hugoselvis.com. That's my name with an S at the end, Hugo's Elvis. And I'm also working on some other exciting things this summer, and regarding art and creative things. I'll be sharing that eventually, so keep a lookout for that on my Facebook pages.
Awesome. Austin, tell everybody where they can find you.
Okay. On Facebook, it's going to be just Austin Pugh. And on TikTok and Instagram, it's going to be Austin Pugh ETA, all one word all together. So yeah, just check me out on Facebook, just regular Austin Pugh, and then other TikTok and Instagram is going to be Austin Pugh ETA. I try to go live on TikTok quite a bit because that's where I practice all my Elvis. So if you guys enjoy coming in and putting your comments in there, and you want to hear a certain Elvis song or whatever, that's a great place to do it. But I use TikTok to learn more Elvis songs. So love to see you on
awesome. Cool.
That's awesome. That's cool, man. That's cool. Well, fellas, look, man, I've had a lot of fun having you guys on here and interviewing and getting to learn more about both of you that I didn't know. And appreciate you guys taking time out of your schedules to do this and be a part of this web show. And I'm kicking it back off. This is the second episode for the year. So glad I could get you guys on, and I hope to see y'all really, really soon down the road. So everybody that is watching, please go follow them on social media. And I put a little gadget on here. Listen to this. Let's give them a round of applause. What do you think? I think great. Round of applause.
Thanks, everyone. Thanks, Austin.
You guys are awesome, and I appreciate you guys being on the show, and we'll hopefully get you back on maybe later down the road.
You do a great job with this show, Austin. Thanks for having us on here.
Absolutely. Yep. Thank you, guys. And y'all
we'll
stay in touch for sure.
Yeah. Congratulations, Hugo, on the Windy City thing.
Thank you. Thanks, right. Austin. Yeah, me and Austin, we met up earlier this year in Pigeon Forge. Yeah. It was nice to see you and Kristen there. And Austin, I don't know when the last time I saw you in person was, but I've definitely known about you when I was in high school and seeing you. You and Taylor Rodriguez were like the first ETAs on a national scale that I heard of. And then it was Sean and Donnie and Cody on like the birthday bash that I got to see. Yeah, but you guys I saw like when I was still in, starting out. Yeah, so it was
awesome, dude.
Great to talk to you today. Thank you.
Absolutely. Well, thanks, man, and I appreciate both of y'all being on here, and hopefully we'll see you both here really, really soon.
We'll see you guys.
All right, take care. Ladies and gentlemen, give it up for Hugo Colin and Austin Pugh, and make sure you go follow them on their social media. I know they would appreciate it very, very much. So before we end the night, I want to one more time, if you haven't already, please follow me on social media. It's all right there on the screen right now for you. Austin Irby Entertainer, Dash Entertainer is my Facebook page. Austin Irby Entertainment for Instagram. We got official AIE on X, TikTok, Austin Irby Entertainer. We got 2 YouTube channels, and also my website, Austin Irby Entertainment. com. If you love what you saw tonight, you enjoyed the show, it's not required, but it does keep the show going. If you guys are interested, you can leave a tip, and I'm going to leave it scrolling at the bottom of the screen as well. But Cash App, Venmo, whichever you prefer. It's not required, but if you feel led to do so, I'd appreciate it very much. Your support helps me so much. Also, next on the agenda, we're going to be at the Limbo Music Hall one more time. I want to talk about this. Relive the Magic, me and Donnie Mosley here in Honeypath, South Carolina. Go on Google and type in the Fiddle and Bow Music Hall, and you will find out everything that you need to know. Also, go ahead and get your all-access passes for the 2027 Austin Derby Fan Retreat. It's going to be a lot of fun. Pigeon Forge, Tennessee, Black Fox Lodge, March 11th through the 14th. Myself, Jesse Aaron, Alex Mitchell, Jacob Roman, Donnie Mosley, Michael Culliford, Jordan Poole, Samantha Dawn, and one more performer to be announced. Also, go and subscribe to the Couples Compass YouTube channel that me and my wife have. We'd appreciate that very, very much as well. Also, for our next episode, if you have a birthday that you would like announced on the show, you can do that and message me on Facebook on my Austin Entertainer page. You can also go to my website and click on the What's Up with Austin tab there on the website and fill out a form with your first and last name, date of birth, and all that amazing stuff as well if you would like to have your birthday announced on the show. I'd appreciate it very much. Well, y'all probably wonder about the next episode. Well, we already got it up and ready to go. The next episode is going to be Thursday, April 30th, 7 p.m. Eastern Time. I'm going to have two amazing guests, Eddie Stevens and Chris Patty. If you don't know who they are, then you might not follow ETA Festivals, but they're a part of that. Eddie is the sound guy for ETA Festivals. He also has his own stuff going on. He has a band. He's a sound guy for multiple things, but he also works with ETA Festivals. And Chris Patty is also a member of the Infinity E Tribute Band. He's an amazing tribute artist, also does Frank Sinatra and so many other things. So we want to see you guys back here on April 30th at 7 p.m. Eastern for What's Up with Austin with Eddie Stevens and Chris Patty. It's going to be a lot of fun, and I can't wait. So thank you guys so much for tuning in tonight. I hope you guys enjoyed the show. I had a blast, and I love each and every one of y'all. God bless y'all. Stay safe out there. Remember, God loves you. I love you, and I'll see you next time on What's Up with Austin. Take care and good night.